Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today I'm going to be doing a voiceover rather than a video because I've done the video and I forgot to turn on my microphone, so I have to redo the audio for it. So today we're doing stage 108, which is the right rear reflector and outer light lens, and the parts are already out. I've got the screws and the tins, and the parts are there underneath the fin. There's the screws. There's two different types. Some of them are silver for the backup lights. I didn't realize until later on, and you'll see me point it out later when I notice it. None of the lights on this housing have any kind of LEDs in them, which is really kind of disappointing. Right there, you can see that that's marked with an R for the right. This lens, should be showing you that there are three indentations for the screws and the tab on the bottom. And then that's going to just drop in there. And when I drop it in there, then I'm going to get the reflector to put in behind it. It looks okay, but it would have been cool if the brake lights worked. I think I pointed out that there's a slight key on the bottom there. So the reflector can go on just one way. There's a small indent on it right there for the screw housing on the bottom of the light assembly. So that's going to go in there. It gets held in by two AP screws. And at some point during this, I did mention that there was in the instructions, it said to remove parts from the main body that hold the frame of the rear windows in, remove the VMs that were there, replace them with WM screws because the VMs actually stuck out pretty far. And I will show somewhere in the video, I remember holding up a screwdriver, show how much it was. It's about the width of the screwdriver that they stuck out. They just wouldn't go any further in. So the VM screws went in all the way, worked like a champ. So I'm finishing putting this housing together. Got the reflector in there. And you can see it. And like I said, right there is where I point out that there's a nice hole there that could have had a light in, or not. It's not a hole, it's just a mark that would have been perfect for a light to go in there to light up the tail light, because I believe it's the brake light. Then the backup lens goes in there, and I mentioned that it would have been nice if they could have put a light in there as well for the backup lights. But I don't do a whole lot of extra on the parts on Partworks because I've got so many of them going. I do some extras, but not very many. So I put that in there. It goes in there with three tiny screws. They are, they're RP screws, and they are silver so that they don't blend in a little bit to the chrome. That's where I decided, just burp, drinking coffee while I'm doing this. That's where I decided to use a smaller tip on the screwdriver instead of my normal, what is it? It's a PHO. I use the PH00 on those screws. Just tighten them in snug. They don't have to hold much of anything. And I did mention that as you turn it, you can see a little bit of distortion there because of the striations in the light. I think that came out really good. And then you've got this little lens, this last little lens here. And I'm trying to remember. Ah, yes, that is the lens for the end of the fin. Again, there should have been a light in there. There isn't. I'm not going to sweat it. It's one of these things that when I turn these on, I turn these on like once a month or so, if that. And there I do mention that that trim piece is still really loose. Hopefully it'll stay on a little bit better once it's the two parts are screwed together. There I'm talking about this, the screw that I had to replace. Should be picking up the screwdriver in a second to show the rough distance that the old screw was sticking out. Yeah, see there, roughly the width of that screwdriver is the how much it sticks out. So at this point, I'm going to say like, subscribe, come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on Facebook, YouTube, and Discord. Links should be in the description. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will see you on the next video.